What's up, my friends? It's Big Dog Beef back at the bench, and this video we're going to talk a little bit about the Burt Schaffer Memorial match that I just shot. Hopefully you guys all saw that video. I wanted to give an update about how I felt my performance went and a couple other things, as well as we're just going to quickly clean the gun. I'm going to give a quick review about the Molly coated bullets from Black Bullets International, which go ahead and take those out of the magazine. And what did I do with the... well, that sucks. Let's put them in here. Okay, the normal case, the case that I had the rest of them in, I must have put somewhere else. Alright, so the Burt Schaffer Memorial match. For those that don't know or didn't see it, I didn't really put a whole lot of details. Burt Schaffer was a longtime IDPA director here in eastern Pennsylvania. He passed away last year after, I believe, a long and rough battle with cancer. So, Dave Baer, who is the match director at Ontolani and now Goodsville, decided that he wanted to put together his first, a sanctioned match in honor of Burt Schaffer and for all the work that he's done with you know, new shooters and basically promotion of the sport of IDPA. So first of all, I thought the match was great. If you looked at the stages online or anything like that, I'll tell you what, it didn't look. They looked kind of simple, kind of challenging. In fact, I even heard from some people that were saying, "Oh, well, I'm glad I didn't shoot that match," and you know, that looks stupid. Well, you know what? Believe it or not, the simple stages were not that simple. In fact, a lot of people did very poorly on them simply because they got overconfident. And you know, I was actually one of them. And I mean, I'm a bad enough shooter as it is. So, but I do have to say that Dave put on a great match. I came in first in CDP, and I even got lucky with that. And before I say that, what I'm doing here, by the way, is I'm just cleaning my magazines. It had rained the day before up at Ontolani, and so the ground was a little muddy, a little dirty. So I'm gonna get my magazines clean because I'm going to be using my XDM here in another week or so for my first ever US PSA match. And I forget which direction that goes that way. Okay. So anyway, like I said, and this is a good habit to get into, by the way, is, you know, when you're done a match, especially one that was dirty, magazines on the ground, you know what? Pop the plates off, give them a quick cleaning. Doesn't take that long. As you can see, I'm basically using a mag brush from Clean Bore, just a piece of cotton cloth here to get inside, and then just wiping them down with a microfiber cloth. Here's a prime example, by the way, of some of the dirt. It's on the bottom there. That's probably not coming off. Alright, that works a little bit. So anyway, back to what I was saying. It was a great match. Again, took first place in CDP overall, and I got lucky in that because the gentleman who came in second was actually only less than a second behind me. And unfortunately, what happened for him is when he was on one of the stages, he was issued what's called an FTDR, a failure to do right. An FTDR penalty can be given for a variety of reasons. In this case, it was given because the gentleman had illegal equipment. He was using a pistol that it was legal. The gun itself was legal, but equipment that he had on it was not legal. He apparently forgot, and this is what I'm being told, so you'll have to forgive me if I'm wrong a little bit. I was told by the SO of that stage that more or less that caught him with the illegal equipment was that this gentleman had recently shot a US PSA match where the equipment that he was using was perfectly legal, and he forgot to change it out. It was an oversized magazine release. In IDPA, you can have a magazine release that extends out no more than 0.2 inches from the frame, or 0.2 inches from its original point. What he had was what was called an oversized button. So take this button here and enlarge it. That is what he had on his gun that did not conform to the rules. I may be wrong when I say this, and if I am, I apologize. I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble or anything like that. It was my understanding that the... Ooh, look at that. This one does not want to come out. There you go. More reasons to clean. It was my understanding also that the SO that caught him actually was going to be giving him a DQ, a disqualification for the entire match. But it was determined by the match director that that was unnecessary, and to give him the FTDR penalty, which is a 20-second penalty. So had he not received that penalty, I actually would have been in second place by 19 seconds. So it was really fortunate for me. And again, it was really, in my eyes, really bittersweet. Just from the simple fact is that I know I could have shot better in the match. I didn't shoot very well. Too many points down, too many misses, couple of mental mistakes. Like on stage one. Now, when I do my videos, I put the videos in order of the stages, not the order I shot them. Although I probably should do them in the order I shot them, so you can see how I do throughout the day, whether I start out weak and get better, or if I'm starting strong and I do worse, things like that. Oh no, crap. Stupid follower. Okay. There we go. But anyway, on stage one, it was limited Vickers, so it was 9 shots only in tactical sequence. So it would have been basically it's headshots. Now it didn't have to be headshots because there was a little bit of the down zero exposed, but it was too close to the non-threat. So basically, your best bet was to go for headshots. You know, that 6-inch area. Anyway. For those that don't know, tactical sequence is every target gets a hit before you re-engage. So in this case, it would have been 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, I had a mental mistake, and the interesting part in it, because again, shooting CDP, I knew that I was going to be, or I should have been, at slide lock when I was done. Because you don't want to take extra shots. And you don't want to take too few shots, but taking too few shots is better than taking too many shots. So anyway, and I sat there, and I'm going through it. I did 1, 1, 1, 2, and then I completely lost count. I'm going, wait, did I do 3 or not? I don't remember. So I just, you know what? And when I finished, and when it was over, I'm looking, I'm like, wait a second. I had 9 in the gun. I should have had 9 in the gun. Why am I not at slide lock? And that's when I realized that I did not complete the course of fire. I think I should have gotten a procedural error for not taking enough shots. I'm guessing the SO took pity on me, or just hadn't been doing that all day for other people that have made mistakes, but you know. So, you know, things like that were really hurting me, at the match. Let's see, stage 3, which was the one where you had to push your girlfriend out of the way or whatever it is, and then basically strong hand the target. Well, the target was close enough in that if you basically didn't down zero it, then you need to work on aiming. And you only had to take 6 shots, but you could take as many as you wanted. I decided just to empty the gun, and when it was over, and I actually went back and I watched the video and I timed it. And I figured, you know what, I probably could have shaved at least a second off, maybe a second and a half, had I not emptied the gun and gone for the 9 shots that I took. So, I mean, it's okay. In the grand scheme of things, that's a second and a half. Honestly, I could have gotten back a lot more time on other stages had I not missed or screwed up or anything like that. So, you know, and then, so basically, I mean, all the other stages that were out there, again, were interesting, they were challenging, and again, some of them were just stupid, from my standpoint, not from a design standpoint. What stage was it? Let me see. It's let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, stage 7, I think it was the one. That was actually the start of the day, and because, you know, usually these matches go by shooter number, is usually assigned by your last name and stuff like that, and mine starting with a B usually means that I'm up towards the top of the list. Therefore, when you set up the squad order, chances are it's going to go in order. It's going to go in numerical order by shooter number. So mine happened to have been up first. I completely screwed the pooch. It was the one you had to. It was called, like, was it scooping poo or shoveling poo or something like that? Or you had to take the shovel. You had to hit the popper, knock it down. As it's falling, you have to draw on the up down and get 2 shots on there, and then, you know, 2 shots on the rest of the targets. I don't know what I was thinking. I had a complete mental breakdown when I'm sitting there and I'm planning this in my head and how I want to do it, and I just totally forgot the order in which I wanted to shoot things. If you watch the video, you see I actually I got the up down, and then I took 1 shot on what was to be the dog, and then I took 1 shot on that, took 2 shots on the target next to it, came back to the dog, as it were, and then to the other one. So that really made absolutely no sense from an order standpoint. On top of that, I completely missed the freaking dog. If you saw the video, you saw the 2 holes in the stick right underneath of it. Hey, at least I had a good grouping. It was just off the mark. But anyway. Alright, guys. You know what? I've actually kind of talked on a little longer than I wanted to. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to end the video here. And I'm going to do a second video. And I'm going to talk about the performance. So the next video is actually going to be about the performance of the Black Bullets International, the Moly-coated bullets. And probably basically more gun cleaning, because I'm doing the magazines right now, and then we'll just move over and do that. So almost think of this as like a 2-part series. So anyway, guys, all right, as always, I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you check me out on Facebook. You know, feel free to friend me. I don't have a page set up, so you just like the page. I do actually have, you know, I do have it as a regular Facebook page, so I can, you know, talk to people and all that kind of stuff, and then, you know, I feel a little, you know, I don't feel as important. But anyway, alright guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.